Hey, so do you guys want to go see 20 acres of prime hunting land just outside of Clinton, Arkansas? We're going for a ride. Let's go. All right, so we're here. The address currently is listed as 0 Eagle Road, just outside of Clinton. So I'm gonna show you here the trail to get back down to the creek. There's live water here. When this was last listed a couple years ago, the live water was running pretty good. I'll insert a little clip of that into this video so you can kind of see what it would look like in the wintertime. Now, granted, right now, we have not had a lot of rain in a couple months. It's been very dry. And so you're gonna see how low the water can get when it gets that dry. So I'm just walking down. This is an area that could be cleared out to put a cabin. My thought on this would be right across the creek, there's a nice flat spot with like a wall of rock behind it. Would be a great backstop if you decided you want to put a feeder up there and you wanted to hunt off of it. You could thin out the area right over here that I'm getting ready to show you. Thin that out if you're gonna wanna hunt, set a feeder up, a food plot, whatever. And again, you have the water down here. So there is no electricity on this property, but at the top of the hill coming down, which I'll show you, there is a place for electricity to be brought in, but we just got to get the due diligence and make sure that we are able to bring it to this specific property. It could also be if you wanted to do an off-grid and do solar, that's another option for you. Water would be either drilling a well down here, which it does not have any utilities at all at this point, or you could pull water out of the stream, filter it, however you want to do that. So there's options down here. Now again, there is no electricity on the property itself. There's no rural water and no well on the property right now. But there is some water down here in the creek. Again, it is low because we have not had a lot of rain here recently. So let me show you what this looks like. So you got pockets of water down in here. And you can see by the watershed, the washout areas, this is how high it gets. Now compare that to my height. I'm 5'11", so this creek can get up that high. I did talk to a neighbor here recently who said, yeah, the water's been very, very low just because we haven't had the rain. But you can see there are pockets here. So if you're talking about a place for hunting, deer, turkey, bear, and more, you have access to water, and the animals do have some water down here. So I'm gonna show you this spot over here that's a big pool of water that's just staying here. So just under 20 acres. It's probably 15 or 20 minutes outside of Clinton to the west on Highway 16. Very remote. Now, getting down to this property, because it is a side of a hill, there's traverses going across it, one road that goes across it, which is Eagle Road. And on Eagle Road, any neighbor, where I believe there's potentially one or two possibly at the end of this drive, would have access through the road in 2 different points to get to their property. So there is an easement through this property for the neighbors to access it, also for us to access it. Large pool of water. Last time I was down here, very distinct game trails. And again, last time I was down here, it was in the fall, so the leaves were off. And I will post some of those pictures or possibly some of the video up there as well. So if you look over here, again, see what the water level can do. See, you've got debris this high up. And you're talking probably 6 feet from where I'm at. So it gets up pretty high. And hopefully I don't slip, break my face. And we will go around and show you some other portions. And also, when I said about a possible feeder area or food plot area, this is what I'm talking about. Let me show you. As we come across this creek, come up this little hill, so you can see all this debris right here. This is how high the water gets up, okay? Now, Look at this flat spot right here. This would probably not be a prime place to put a cabin just because you'd have to come across the creek to build your cabin here. And if you did, if the rain came up real high, how would you get across to get back over unless if you had some kind of a bridge? So it probably would not be ideal. But again, you probably won't be able to see this very well. Right up here, along this line right here, it goes all the way back up the hill again. So you've got a nice little backstop if you decided to want to hunt in here. Come in here with a bush hog or some kind of equipment, clear all this out, mulch it up. Be a great spot for viewing animals, feeder, food plot, whatever you want to do. And you can see how high up we are, at least 6 feet up from the creek.